morning. I am Amy Conrad. My pronouns are she, her, and I serve on your Board of Trustees. If you're here for the first time, thank you for joining us. We look forward to getting to know you. We invite everyone present in the sanctuary today to join our in-person community time immediately following service. Each week, we remind ourselves of our congregation's core values: connection, transformation, justice, and acceptance. Our mission is to embody these core values in our daily lives by welcoming all, inspiring compassion, nurturing wonder, and serving community. We're so glad to have you here this morning to celebrate New Year's with us. We'll have an additional opportunity to gather this evening from 5 to 7 p.m. with the Mindful Reflection community, both here and online. Our first Friday Family Fun Night will kick off 2024 on January 5th. Wear your PJs, bring your favorite game to share, hot cocoa and cookies provided. It will be from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at 1019 South Boulevard. All ages are welcome. We hope you find our service meaningful and inspiring. Thank you for being here. I invite you now to take a moment to greet one another, either in the sanctuary or online.
Our chalice lighter today is Brian. Brian is the chair of our hospitality team, and his favorite color is blue. I invite you to join with me in the words of our chalice lighting. We are Unitarian Universalists. This is the church of the open minds, the loving hearts, and the helping hands. We take care of the planet Earth and each other. Our opening words are from Kalidasa. Look to this day, for it is life, the very life of life. In its brief course lie all the verities and realities of your existence, the bliss of growth, the glory of action, the splendor of beauty. For yesterday is but a dream, and tomorrow is only a vision, but today, well lived, makes every yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Look well, therefore, to this day. Whoever you are, wherever you are on your life journey, wherever you are in the world, you are welcome here. Come, let us worship together. I invite you to rise and body your spirit. We're going to sing hymn number 1010. That's in the teal hymnal. We give thanks. We'll sing it 2 times through.
Please join me in saying the words of our covenant. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with each other and with God.
I'm Reverend Emily Gage. I use pronouns she and her. I am not Diana Coates, who sadly has the flu and was unable to be here this morning. This is the time that we set aside in the service for sharing of joys and concerns. And if you have one, you are welcome to write it in the binder that's in the foyer before the service, or you can write it in the chat if you are online. There's been no written things in the binder, and so I know that there are many joys and sorrows that we hold closely in our hearts, and so we hold those tenderly with you this morning. You will be invited in a minute to get up and put a stone in the water as an expression of prayer or joy and sorrow and being held in community. We will do that in silence. And when everyone has completed doing that, we will sing Spirit of Life one time through. Let us unite our hearts and minds in the spirit of prayer and meditation. These words are from Elizabeth Strong. We are in the midst of the season of celebration, celebrations of the birth of new hope, of the festival of lights, of the triumph of freedom. The darkness of the year is lifting and the time of light grows longer. We have gathered with an anticipation of hope for peace on earth and in our homes. We have gathered in this season of celebrations seeking comfort to soften the pain and the losses our lives have suffered in the fast retreating year. We have gathered to worship joyfully within this season of celebrations with the tenderness and love of family and friends around us. Let us be embraced by the strength and power of this sacred space and time that we each bring as we create this beloved community. Let sorrow and joy join in the fullness of our living. Let the power and strength we embody join us together as we move through the seasons of celebration into a new year with a new vision of hope for peace on earth. Let us be silent together for a moment. Amen. Blessed be. If you are somebody who likes to come close when you're listening to a story, I invite you to come and sit down on the floor near me. I have a book today called Everywhere Wonder. Oh my gosh, I love those rainbows. This book is written by Matthew Swanson and it's illustrated by Robbie Bear. I have a story to share. It is a little gift from me to you. You might not know it, but you have a story too. You'll find it in the things you stop to notice. The world is full of people and places and things, all of them interesting, all of them beautiful. You never know what you might see or where your mind might take you, so keep your eyes wide open as you go. In Egypt, there are pyramids. In Arizona, there are canyons. In the jungles of Brazil are leaves so plentiful and green that light can barely reach the ground below. In the high hills of Japan are gardens full of wind-worn rocks and clean white sand, but not a single flower. In Kenya, there are hot, dry savannas filled with zebras and blue wildebeest. In Alaska, there are cold, wet waters filled with seals and sockeye salmon. In the middle of the Coral Sea, there is a roaring storm that no one will ever hear. On the near side of the moon, there is a quiet footprint that no rains will ever wash away. In Sheboygan, there is a tractor mechanic named Shirley who has 37 friends. On the North Pole, there is a cold and lonesome bear waiting for some company. You want to go see him, of course, to let him know he's not alone, but your bike won't get there and back by bedtime. Still, you noticed him, didn't you? He walked off this page and into your head. Now he is part of your story. There are other wonders yet to find and not so far from where you are right now. They, too, are interesting. They, too, are beautiful. Stop to really look, and you will see them. In the highest part of the tree is an unexpected gift, a blue balloon that must have slipped from someone's fingers. In the deepest part of the pool is sunken treasure, a shiny dime that must have tumbled from someone's pocket. Will you save it or spend it or leave it there for someone else to find? In the grocery store are aisles and shelves and stacks of cans. You have to look so carefully to find the one you want. See the one you want? In your bowl of steaming soup is just one noodle that doesn't match the others. Where do you think it came from? On the playground is a sturdy line of bright black ants carrying their supper home. Under the bridge is a gently rolling river floating a blue glass bottle out to sea. Perhaps it holds a message. What does it say? What could it be? Who could it be for? In the busy town are sidewalks full of swiftly moving people who somehow never seem to collide. In the quiet countryside are miles of open, empty roads that somehow never seem to end. Where do they go? Someday you may find out. In the hallway is a spotted dog that turns golden as the sun sets through the window. In the bedroom is a doorknob that makes rainbows when the reading lamp clicks on. Now the lamp is off and the moon is up. You close your eyes and see them again, the things you noticed today. All of these together are your story. Dream with them a while. When you wake up in the morning, open your eyes and open your window and let your story out into the world. It is a little gift from you to me. Now my story is complete, but yours is just beginning. The end. All right, I'm going to send you back to your families. Each week, we give half our Sunday collection to an organization that aligns with our values, and this Sunday's collection will benefit Beyond Hunger, providing nutritious food, classes, health screenings, and much more to residents of 13 zip codes. The other half of the weekly offering supports Unity Temple's mission and programs. May we be transformed by our giving, and may the world be transformed by our gifts. So here we are on the very last calendar day of 2023. It's been a year, hasn't it? So much has happened in our lives in these 12 months. So many challenges and opportunities, so many joys and sorrows, so many tiny interaction and big events, so much learning and growing. It feels important to take some time to rest in these moments to mark and reflect all that happens. Thanks to Reverend Erica Hewitt, from whom I borrowed some of these words and ideas. For the first part of this, you're going to need to have a little piece of paper, and these little pieces of paper are in an envelope. There's one in this front pew, there's some on the tops of the cloisters or on the tables where we have joys and sorrows. So I'll invite you to pass those around and make sure that you have one of those, and you might want something to write with. Maybe. It's up to you. The new year calls us forward, filled with mystery. As we turn toward that new year, we take a final glimpse of the past year and reckon with all that it held for us. This paper that you're going to take a piece of dissolves easily in water. And so as you take a piece of water, I invite you to consider what you might want to leave behind today, what you might want to let go of so that it dissolves and can float away instead of weighing you down. What parts of our lives, what things, ideas, people, ways of living have become obstacles to our becoming the people we want to be, the people we need to be? What's holding you back? What's getting in the way of you living as fully as you'd like to? What might you dissolve? What will you relinquish? If you wish, you can write a word or two on the paper or a tiny little picture, or you can imagine what you would write. Writing's not required. Nobody is going to see it except you, the water, and the universe. And as you're ready, you're invited to go to one of the stations where we keep the stones and place your paper in the bowl. And I practice this at home. You can put the paper in the bowl, and then if you poke it with your finger, it dissolves. It's really super cool. You can take extra pieces home and play with them at home if you wish. As you place your paper in the water, the word or the words or the thoughts that are part of the paper can be let go. And if you're not physically present in the sanctuary, I invite you to imagine the dissolving in your mind's eye. So let's take a little time to do that. We'll do that in quiet. can feel the letting go in the room. If the past year held joy and growth for you, may that sweetness continue to bless you. If that past year held pain and bitterness, may you be relieved of those burdens and renewed for the journey ahead. Now I want you to think ahead to 2024. A whole year, a whole set of months and weeks and days and moments yet to unfold, mysterious and wonderful, full of challenges and opportunities. And as you think of this coming time, consider, what do you want to bring to this year? What might help you to live your life more fully or more joyfully or more gracefully? What do you want to remind yourself of in the coming time? What do you want to hold on to as you navigate whatever life may bring? Spend a minute or two thinking about your hopes and dreams in the year and what you need or want most. I brought some small heart stones that are out on these 4 tables, and I'm going to invite you to take one of those to keep. They're small enough that you can slip them into a pocket easily. And as you take one, you can assign a word or an idea to it. It's meant to be a touchstone for you, a reminder of your hopes and dreams, or a reminder of your word for the year, or at the very least, a reminder that you are loved. Go ahead and select one. They're spread out on the table, so hopefully there should be enough for everybody. If you're not physically here, I invite you to find something that can serve for you in this way. We'll do this in quiet too, as before. Let us look to the new with hope, with curiosity about its many unknowns, and with faith in our strength to navigate it with grace. May we know that we are connected to one another always, and that we are surrounded both this day and all our days by love.
strength of your hand that is loving and giving, and a happy new year with love overflowing, with joy in our hearts for the blessed new year. Raise your glass and we'll have a cheer for us all who are gathered here. And a happy new year to all that is living, to all that is gentle, kind, and forgiving. Raise your glass and we'll have a cheer, my dear acquaintance, a happy new year. All of those who are hither and yonder, with love in our hearts, we grow fonder and fonder. Hail to those we hold so dear, and hail to those who are gathered here. And a happy new year to all that is living, to all that is gentle, young, and forgiving. Raise your glass and we'll have a cheer, my dear acquaintance, a happy new year. My dear acquaintance, a happy new year.
I don't know what it's like at your house, but this time of year, one day blends into the other and the clocks seem out of whack. Post-Christmas clergy time, school vacation time has meant in our family little structure and little sense of what is happening. I love it. Bring on the naps and puzzles and TV and eating and reading. You've probably seen the social media picture with stick figures that says, December 1st through December 26th, festive. December 27th through 31st, confused, full of cheese, unsure of the day of week. I know it's a privilege, but I wish it were not. Just being every once in a while is just as important as doing. We need this lazier, fallow time just because. And we need it in order to rest and reset and open ourselves up to new possibilities. As I sat on the couch this week, I scrolled through some of the things I've saved on Instagram. One was from Black Liturgies from October, but especially good for now. Let rest deliver you back to yourself. Exhaustion won't save you in a world more interested in using your body than protecting it. Lie down. Breathe slow. We rest that we might dream. We rest that we might dream. As I sat this week resting in the moment, contemplating the new year coming, and this morning we would spend together, I kept thinking of these words from Kathleen McTeague that are in our gray hymn book. She writes, "The 1st of January is another day dawning, the sun rising as the sun always rises. The earth moving in its rhythms with or without our calendars to name a certain day as the day of a new beginning, separating the old from the new. So it is, everything is the same, bound into its history as we ourselves are bound. Yet we also stand at a threshold. The new year, something truly new, still unformed, leaving a stunning power in our hands. What will we do with this great gift of time this year? Let us begin by remembering that whatever justice, whatever peace and wholeness might bloom in our world this year, we are the hearts and minds, the hands and feet, the embodiment of all of the best visions of our people. The new year can be ground for the seeds of our dreams. Let us take this step forward together onto new ground, planting our dreams well, faithfully, and in joy." As we sit here together resting in this moment, I can almost hear the dreams we each hold in our hearts and minds, the many things we may make possible in the days to come. If I can't hear them, I can certainly feel them, the new ways we yearn to grow and change, the visions we seek to shape by our hands and hearts. Change is funny. We don't always see ourselves evolving and growing in new ways. We do not, at least very often, wake up and feel completely different. Our internal worlds don't undergo sudden transformations almost ever, even when outward circumstances sometimes do. Mostly we make small decisions on a path to a new way of being, sometimes consciously, sometimes not, until one day we look back and see how far we have come. Sometimes parents, in reference to parenting, especially younger children, will say, "The days are long, but the years are short." Life is like that, I think, a little. We don't always notice things as they are happening, but then suddenly they have. Sometimes those decisions we make are letting go of ideas or identities or things that no longer serve us. It's hard work, and I hope the ritual we did today together helps. And if there are things you aren't ready to let go of, that's okay too. The time will come when you know you are ready. I always think of this Lucille Clifton poem at this time of year. It's always perfect, though, at any time when you're thinking about letting go. She writes, "I am running into a new year, and the old years blow back like a wind that I catch in my hair, like strong fingers, like all my old promises, and it will be hard to let go of what I said to myself about myself when I was 16 and 26 and 36. Even 36, but I am running into a new year, and I beg what I love and I leave to forgive me." Let me repeat that last line. I beg what I love and I leave to forgive me. May it be so for each of us. I don't know what it's like at your house, but this time of year, one day blends into the other and the clocks seem out of whack. Post-Christmas clergy time, school vacation time has meant in our family little structure and little sense of what is happening. So it felt particularly rude when our entire family was woken out of a sound sleep this week to a smoke alarm battery chirping. It is one of the great mysteries of life to me that these things only happen in the middle of the night. Fortunately, we knew which alarm it was. That's not always the case. Unfortunately, it was one that required a ladder to tend to. As anyone who has experienced this situation knows, it is not really possible to ignore these beeps or shut them out. They pretty much have to be attended to immediately, and you better hope there's a 9-volt battery nearby. It occurs to me that this is a reminder about life, too. We are called to be instead of do, to rest and let go, to dream and hope. All of this feels important and requires us to lean luxuriously into our moments. And at the very same time, sometimes when we least expect it, we are reminded of an urgent need. Sometimes crises occur and change everything. Sometimes we get a reminder that our time is limited. I recently read a book called The Measure by Nikki Ehrlich, and the premise of the book is that each adult receives a box with a string in it, and the string represents the length of their life. And so everyone, if they choose to look inside, will know exactly how long they have to live. It's a concept and book that have stuck with me, and it's a great read, and it made me ponder, how would you live differently if you knew exactly how long you had? Ideally, I suppose we are already living our lives to the fullest already, but it doesn't always feel as though that's realistic or practical or possible. So we do the best we can and live as fully as we can. We remind ourselves of beauty and wonder and mystery and the gifts of life as often as we remember. The author of our story, Everywhere Wonder, reminds us, you have a story too. You'll find it in the things you stop to notice. The world is full of people and places and things, all of them interesting, all of them beautiful. You never know what you might see or where your mind might take you, so keep your eyes wide open as you go. On this last day of 2023, may we rest in order to give birth to our dreams, and may we remind ourselves of each precious moment. John O'Donohue offers us a blessing for presence. May you awaken to the mystery of being here and enter the quiet immensity of your own presence. May you have joy and peace in the temple of your senses. May you receive great encouragement when new frontiers beckon. May you respond to the call of your gift and find the courage to follow its path. May the flame of anger free you from falsity. May warmth of heart keep your presence aflame and anxiety never linger about you. May your outer dignity mirror an inner dignity of soul. May you take time to celebrate the quiet miracles that seek no attention. May you be consoled in the secret symmetry of your soul. May you experience each day as a sacred gift woven around the heart of wonder. And so may it always be. I invite you to rise and body your spirit. We're going to sing hymn number 108. It's in the gray hymn book, My Life Flows On, an Endless Song.
My life flows on in endless song above earth's lamentation. I hear the wheel go far of Him that is a new creation. Through all the tumult and the strife, I hear the music ringing. It sounds of echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? But though the tempest round me roars, I know the truth it liveth. But though the darkness round me close, songs in the night it giveth. No storm can shake my inmost soul. All to that rock I'm clinging. Sings the praise in heaven and earth. How can I keep from singing? When tyrants tremble as they hear the bells of freedom ringing. When friends rejoice both far and near, how can I keep from singing? To prison cell and dungeon file, our thoughts to them are winging. When friends for shame are undefiled, how can I keep from singing?
Our closing words are adapted from Audre Lorde. And I dream of our coming together, encircled, driven, not only by love, but by lust for a working tomorrow. The flights of this journey, mapless, uncertain, and necessary as water. I invite you to join with me in the words of our chalice extinguishing. Carry the flame of peace and love until we meet again. You may be seated.
Of all the money e'er I had, I spent it in good company, and all the harm I've ever done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass, good night and joy be to you all. Of all the comrades that e'er I had, they're sorry for my going away, and all the sweethearts that e'er I had, they'd wish me one more day to stay. But since it fell into my lot that I should rise and you should not, I'll gently rise and softly call, good night and joy.